Okay, so this one works for the most part. Let's try over here. Okay, maybe it doesn't work for the most part. It's our last day, for now, of looking over the DX Gashats from the Kamen Rider XA toy line, and we're going to be a little bit weird today. First off, thank you once again to the Ride Bucket for agreeing to appear and no longer holding me accountable for forgetting his name. There's a court case pending, I can't say anything else. But we're going to be looking at something that I feel is appropriate, because this comes with 2 Gashats of its own, so we're going to look at the counterpart level 3 Gashats that go with both, starting with Gekitotsu robots. Gekitotsu robots, depending on how you're going to pronounce it. They can't make the main rider red, so the first upgrade he gets is going to make him red. That makes sense, now doesn't it? Standard Gashat design once again. Fingers grip very nicely. Little cover, just in case you're using it as a sword or something. I don't know. There on the side, Gekitotsu robots labeled. Pretty much standard all the way around. It's a nice shade of red. It's not like super bright. It's just a really nice neutral shade. Looks quite good. And speaking of looking good, it's a very fiery and vicious robot on the front. It translates basically to Clash Robots, so I'm assuming it's a fighting game of some kind, but we've already got fighting games in it. I'm not entirely sure, but for whatever reason, yeah, I assume this is our fighting game, or at the very least a robot fighting game, and which I'm all for. I kind of wish there was one for real that I knew of, which there probably is. In fact, I've played one. You know what? Scratch that. Never mind. Let's hear a noise. It's a rather triumphant noise to hear. I'm already a fan of this one. Let's see what noise I get. Well, it takes me a while to get used to any fighting game, I guess. Taking a look at the color, nice bright red. And then the line art on the back, where you can see the little kind of monkey-shaped robot going on there, and a ton of circuitry detail. I just needed to point out the Robo-Monkey. Now he's happy with me. I get a victory. Alright, let's hear what this thing sounds like. In the standard slot, we're going to go ahead and go to level 2 with this thing. Once again, including the standard henshin. Now let's hear what this thing sounds like at level 2, which we don't normally get to hear. I kind of like that noise. I might be willing to accept that as a standard henshin if he were to actually use this thing by itself. If anyone was really nice bright color, I really like the design on this. So that, we can try the finishing blow. I kind of wish it would scream Robots Critical Strike. I don't know why. Even though Clash, I guess, would make more sense. So yeah, this, as far as the level 3s go, is probably my favorite of the Gashats. I really, really like the sound effects on this one. But we can't end there. Let's go ahead and look at the other, that is part of the level 3s of this belt. Giri Giri Chambara. Sorry, a little slip of the tongue there. Jet black this time. Pretty much all the way over. This is actually the first one that's darker on one side than it is on the gunmetal gray backing. So yeah, This one comes across a little bit boring looking just because of the dark color to it. And then you get to that label. It's a strange looking label. We're going for Dynasty Warriors here with the samurai motif, but the strangeness of it is that the samurai on the cover has to kind of look like Laser at level 3, so this makes some level of sense. He comes across looking very, very strange indeed. All right, let's give it a listen.
Giri Giri Chambara.
Okay, that's very old school Japan. So what's it gonna give me? Too bad. So as usual, light detail. It's not a black light. Surprise, surprise.
Giri Giri Chambara.
When a Kamen Rider device has to be black, the light is either going to be white or it's going to be purple. In this case, it is white, which means seeing the line detail here might be a little bit tricky. It's well enough. You can see the flame details on the side, which matches Laser, as well as the fact that the line detail is clearly meant to match with the Kamen Rider Laser Gashat. Alright, so we're going to get to that here in a bit, but first off, we kind of have to hear this thing at level 2, because we don't normally get to hear it. And just for the sake of time, we're going to go straight to it. Again, in the level 2 slot, these level 3 Gashats seem to lack the emphasis needed to sound like a full-on transformation, but I think this one comes the closest. I don't think I would have minded this one. Same with the Gekitotsu robots. Alright, so, with that out of the way, we can go over here. And that leaves us just with their intended purpose to go. Alright, so we're going to go back to Gekitotsu robots, and we're going to take a listen to that in the level 3 slot all by itself. It sounds like it's basically just talking about how much the robot wants to punch things, which, you know what? I can kind of go with. I'm perfectly happy accepting that. Alright, so with that done, we can go ahead and listen to the other one all by itself, and then we'll get into combinations with their intended partners. Wait for it. It's not nearly as pronounced. I think that's because of the timing it has to create in order to match to Bakso Bike's henshin noise. Which, hey, we can test that theory right now. Let's go ahead and get Laser's Gashat in here. Bring that in. And we'll go straight into the full level 3. I love how that sounds. The line details matching perfectly to create this double layered effect and to give him something more akin to what the level 2 riders get as far as the designs go. But yeah, these are clearly meant to work together. And while, yes, Giri Giri Chambara can work with any of the level 2 Gashats, you can definitely tell the design is meant to go with this one. Matches up the details and the artwork perfectly. It's a great set. Alright. And that just leaves us our main hero for the line. Bring in Xaid, bring in his pet robot, and in straight to level 3. So all in all, these Gashats are both going for very, very different vibes. You know, of course, one goes to futuristic, one goes to olden times, but they both accomplish the same thing of creating a very cool and fairly well-matched character for the other main Gashats. I think both of them are very worthy as far as creating secondary Gashats for primary riders. They both sound really, really good. I'm happy with these two in just about every way. So that is the Laser and X-Aid secondary level 3 Gashats. Quite nice, and they work really, really nicely with their intended Gashats, as well as they're just kind of fun on their own, in their own strange way. So that leaves us plenty of Gashats to go. There's more that look like this, and some that double up and take up the entire driver all on their own. And we will be getting into those another time. But for now, it's time to get back to a little bit bigger reviews than these.